Hey everyone, it's Chris from Loresmyth with the next update. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone again for backing. We've just passed the 160,000 euro mark, and we're now in the final 3 days of this Kickstarter campaign. So thank you again for your incredible support. It's amazing. And I can't wait to see what the final funding result will be. So next up is the result of the backer submitted cult ideas. We received an incredible amount of fantastic ideas, and we brought that down to a short list of 5 ideas that we thought had serious potential and really added something to the book without overlapping too much with what we were already writing ourselves. And you voted in great numbers, so over 1,000 backers have voted for their favorite cult out of the 5 of the short list. And without further ado, here are the 2 winners. So the first of the winning cult ideas is nicknamed The Seers by Alex Kent. Congratulations. Your idea will be featured in our book for real. So congratulations. It's definitely awesome. And the second backer submitted cult idea that scored very high in the survey is nicknamed Salvation by Robert Kane. So congratulations to you as well. Your idea made the cut and will get featured in the Remarkable Cults book. So thanks again for everybody for taking the time to submit your ideas. It's always a bummer when your ideas end up not being chosen, but with so many submissions and only 2 places to give in the book, it's a tall order. So congratulations again to the 2 winners. We can't wait to see them featured in our book for real. So next up is a little development insight into the progress of making this book. So books are written, we hire writers and they write the content for the book. But how does it actually work? So at Loresmyth, we've formalized our developments into a very strict process, going from ideation to concept, draft, and planning, into the writing phase, second writing phase, editing, layout, illustration, and so on. So there's some rigid steps going from our original core idea, conceptualization, into the first steps of writing, and all the way up to having a finished product that gets manufactured and shipped out to you. So let's dive into the writing phase a little bit deeper and show you how that works. So in the past, I think I worked like many do. And, writers typically, they work in their word processing software like Word or, Google Drive. And then they send over, when they're done, they send over the writing to you. A book, has a layout and typesetting, typography to make everything look nice. And typically what gets done is when the writing is finished, you copy and paste the writing into the layout software, such as Adobe's InDesign. And then, the graphics artist or the layout designer, applies the typography and make things look good and gets it all looking nice and pretty. But what often happens during writing is, you go through review processes. There's many changes, big and small, happening throughout, the first and the second writing phase. And even in editing, there's lots and lots of changes happening. So what I typically used to do is whenever, changes happen to the writing, I would go back and, copy and paste stuff back and forth from the Word files that I received back into InDesign. And a lot of the time, when you copy pasted stuff over, you needed to reapply things like font settings and headings, and it was incredibly tedious and very time consuming. Fast forward a couple of years, and we now have a professional software solution in place that automates a large part of this process. We now work 100% in Google Drive. And our online documents are linked through a professional InDesign plugin that automatically pulls in changes into the layout software. And what's even better is that we can sort of map the styles, such as headings and font styles and visualizations. We can map that from Google Drive to InDesign. So for example, a heading 1 in Google Drive will look a certain way once imported into InDesign. And we create what we call profiles for each of our different products. So the Remarkable product looks a certain way and uses certain fonts and settings and layout. But then the Wondrous Expeditions book or an adventure module has a different look and feel. And we can map those using the profiles. The writers only have to worry about applying a heading 1, a heading 2, bold, some italics, and depending on the importing profile, InDesign automatically maps the correct styles onto the writing. So this takes away a lot of the manual work, and at any given moment during the development, we are looking at a sort of, good-looking product that already looks like a book. And in the past, we kind of, waited until we were absolutely sure that the writing wouldn't change anymore before we started working on the layout of a book, because it was just too time-consuming to keep copying over changes in text every time. Now we work kind of, once the writing starts, pretty much from the get-go, we are already working in the layout of the book as well. So these things go in tandem, and that saves us a lot of time. And it makes it a lot more fun because straight from the beginning, you're already looking at sort of like a finished book. And that makes it fun for the entire team. And it's a pleasure to work that way. So there you go. I hope this gives a little insight in how we work. If you enjoy this type of development update where we explain a little bit more about how we do things, let me know. I can definitely tell more about our process and the different phases of development. Thanks again until the next update, and I'm wishing everybody a lot of fun with the final days of the campaign. We have a special live stream coming up during the final hours of the campaign, so watch out for a link. All right, thanks, and take care. Bye-bye.